Britney Spears has always been pop culture's wildest ride, but in her memoir, The Woman in Me, she's finally telling her own story. Raw, honest, and emotional, Britney sheds the glitter to reveal the real struggles behind the spotlight, from surprise pregnancies to public breakdowns. And let's just say, Justin Timberlake doesn't come off well. So grab your frappuccino, make it a venti, this is going to get real, and settle in as we break down the most jaw-dropping revelations from The Woman in Me. Number 8. Britney had an abortion while dating Justin Timberlake. The late 90s gave us frosted tips, denim-on-denim outfits, and Britney plus Justin, a pop royal couple if there ever was one. But behind the glossy photos and coordinated red carpet outfits was a story far more complicated. Britney reveals that during their relationship, she became pregnant and chose to have an abortion. It was a surprise, she writes, but it was not a disaster to me. She believed they had eventually built a family together, but Justin, apparently, did not share the vision board. According to the memoir, he wasn't happy about the pregnancy and made it clear he was not ready for fatherhood. The abortion happened privately, at home, with Britney taking pills, while Timberlake attempted to soothe her with his guitar. Honestly, that's got to be the most awkward MTV Unplugged session of all time. She describes the experience as one of the most painful of her life, both physically and emotionally. Abortion was never something I imagined for myself, she writes, but given the circumstances, it's what we did. Oof. Number 7. Timberlake allegedly cheated on her multiple times. While the world collectively gasped when Britney cheated once, it turns out JT might not have been the saintly side-swept hair heartthrob we thought. Britney claims that Justin was unfaithful more than once. She refers to a photo of him with a member of the British girl group All Saints and says he also confessed to sleeping with someone while in Las Vegas. Hey, what happens in Vegas ends up in a best-selling memoir, apparently. Feeling understandably betrayed, Britney admitted to loving dancer Wade Robson one night after learning of Justin's indiscretions. "We went out, we danced. I made out with him," she confesses. "It was my one exception." Of course, the media focused on her one exception, rather than JT's running tally. Patriarchy. Much. Number 6. The breakup text heard around the world. Nothing says, "We need to talk," quite like not talking. Britney shares that Timberlake ended their relationship through text message. Yes, you read that right. A pop power couple ended not with a bang, but with a beep. She recalls being devastated by the breakup, especially as Justin went on to release the now infamous Cry Me a River music video, featuring a Britney lookalike who cheated on him. The narrative was set. He was the wounded golden boy, and she was the scarlet woman. In reality, I was curled up in Louisiana, barely functioning. Britney writes, while Justin was out schmoozing with Hollywood's elite. Honestly, if breakups were crime scenes, this one was planted with fake evidence. Number 5. Her romance with Colin Farrell was basically a 2-week WWE match. Post-breakup, Britney had what can only be described as a passionate fling with Irish actor Colin Farrell. But forget long walks on the beach, this whirlwind romance sounded more like a bar fight. It was like a 2-week brawl, she writes. We were all over each other, grappling like it was a street fight. Ah, young love equal parts steamy and slightly dangerous. But even as sparks flew, Britney admits she was still hung up on Justin. I tried to pretend it didn't matter, but I wasn't over him, she says. So while Farrell may have been the rebound king, Britney's heart was still backstage, somewhere with Timberlake. Number 3. Her father controlled her life for over a decade. If you thought your dad criticizing your career choices was rough, try having him literally control your entire life for 13 years. Britney's memoir dives deep into the conservatorship nightmare that began in 2008, spearheaded by her father, Jamie Spears. She accuses her father and others around him of using her public breakdowns as justification to seize power over everything from her finances to her body. Too ill to choose my boyfriend, she writes, but healthy enough to perform around the world. Oh, And apparently Jamie had the nerve to call her fat during this time. So not only was he her boss and warden, but he also took on the role of unsolicited body shamer. Thanks, Dad. Number 2. Britney almost starred in The Notebook. In an alternate timeline, Britney Spears could have played Allie in The Notebook, opposite her former Mickey Mouse Club pal Ryan Gosling. Yes, the iconic role that went to Rachel McAdams almost belonged to the pop star herself. But Britney says acting was emotionally exhausting for her. She dove too deep into character while filming Crossroads, which left her mentally drained. "I became that girl. I couldn't snap out of it," she explains. When it came time to audition for The Notebook, she was a finalist, but ultimately didn't get the part. "It would have been fun to reunite with Ryan," she says, "but I'm glad I didn't do it." Why? Because instead of playing a 1940s heiress, she went on to create In the Zone, aka the album that gave us Toxic. So no complaints here. Number 2. Shaving her head was about taking back power. One of Britney's most infamous pop culture moments came in 2007 when she walked into a hair salon and shaved her own head. The tabloids called it a meltdown. Britney calls it a revolution. "I had been looked at, judged, and picked apart for years," she writes. "Shaving my hair was my way of saying, 'You don't own me.' If that isn't punk rock, we don't know what is." Unfortunately, the act of rebellion was quickly followed by even more intense scrutiny and, ultimately, her conservatorship. "They made me grow my hair back, forced me to lose weight, and controlled everything," she says. Nothing like being legally forced to take bedtime meds while being called crazy for trying to reclaim your identity. Number 1. She learned about #FreeBritney while in a $60,000 rehab. Here's the kicker. While the #FreeBritney movement was exploding, online fans waving signs, trending hashtags, and screaming outside courtrooms, Britney Spears had absolutely no idea it was happening. She was tucked away in a $60,000 a month rehab facility in Beverly Hills, not by choice, but under orders from her father. It wasn't until a compassionate nurse quietly told her about the movement that she realized the world had not forgotten her. "That was the most amazing thing I had ever seen," Britney writes. "People actually cared. They were fighting for me when I could not fight for myself." But while her fans chanted for her freedom, Britney lived under lockdown. She was not allowed to shut her bedroom door, take a bath alone, or even step outside for air. She was given lithium against her will, forced to give blood weekly, and stripped of basic privacy. Calling it rehab is like calling a cage a cozy studio apartment, just with aromatherapy. If you enjoyed diving into the wild world of Britney's memoir, hit that like, and don't forget to subscribe. Got thoughts on Justin's text breakup or Britney almost being in The Notebook? Drop a comment below. We read them all. Until next time, stay iconic, stay curious, and remember, you drive me crazy in a good way.